Hey, welcome everyone to the Tolkien Guide YouTube channel. We are here today with myself and Mr. Underhill, and on the trail, Trotter is having solar panels installed, and so
he's having some work done to his house.
They showed up very late from their scheduled appointment, and so he's not yet able.
He doesn't really care about us. Apparently, solar panels are more important
than us. But yeah, we're here to talk about Tales of the Shire, Lord of the Rings game, which is releasing today on multiple platforms.
What are the platforms? Go ahead. Sorry, Jeremy.
Yeah, no worries. Xbox, PC, and Switch.
Okay.
Just the Switch 1. It was in development prior to the release of the Switch 2. So it's aimed at the first generation Switch, which happens to be what I'll be playing on today. It's what I played on through the weekend. So
and I will say before we start, I don't know a whole lot about video game play. I'm all vibes here. I'm just going to react to what I see Jeremy doing.
This is a very vibe game, but it's what they call a cozy game. So it's single player. There's no combat. It's all about going out and finding ingredients, basically, for cooking is pretty much the goal of the game, and
which is what hobbits do. I mean,
exactly, very hobbity. There's been mention of Mathams, but you can't. There's no in-game reason to give hobbits Mathams that I've found yet. I'm sure there is one, but for the most part, you cook dishes and then you invite neighbors over to your house or other dining locations, and then you hang out with them and their relationship improves with you, and then you they give you things, or they progress the game plot. That's pretty much it. It's focused on the village, which is Bywater, which is a little east of Hobbiton. It's doesn't really show up in the books, but the game itself is based on the books themselves. This is not a movie property or based on anything like that.
I wonder if the game developers chose Bywater just because it's not, it's a often not talked about or visited part of the Shire.
Yeah, I think it gives them an opportunity. They do have, and I'll start wandering around in a few minutes here, but they do have the Green Dragon Inn, the Ivy Bush, the Three Farthing Stone. So there are locations and some characters. The Cotton family is here, so you meet Rosie Cotton, and Sandy Man is got his mill, and so it's. And the plot of the game, I'm going to play the intro here on a new start just so people can kind of see the intro scene. But let me get that fired up, and we will...
Like Mr. Underhill, I definitely don't do games. The last new game I looked at was I think it was in 2000 or 1999, and it was called Omicron: The Nomad's Soul. Definitely not like this. I assume I can't play this on my Nintendo Minis.
No, Switch only. You've got to be on the Switch. So yeah, this is the intro cutscene. We'll just talk over it, but
you can. They also have this for PC, right? If you want to play it on your PC.
Yeah, it's on Steam, so you can download for a PC if you want. I'm such a casual gamer. I've seen mention of Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, which are kind of my style games. So this was something I've been looking forward to for a while. But hey, who could this be?
Who could this be? Looks like the stranger.
It's the stranger. That's I must say, one of the little things that pulled me out of the game is the fact that they call him the stranger here just feels like unneeded. I'm just hitting the random and continue. This is character creation, so
but they don't call him Brando.
They don't call him Grandolph, but we were talking off screen before we started, and Jeremy said that other, like, he's referred to as the stranger, but then other characters refer to him as Gandalf as you're going through the game. So it kind of does kind of take you out of it a little bit.
Yep. So anyway, you get this little cutscene with somebody who's evidently a stranger.
I mean, that could be Radagast.
It's clearly Gandalf. They call him Gandalf, but I'm just sure he's a stranger.
Yeah.
He's a stranger to your character right now, who's just now
correct
coming.
I like the Hobbit. They got the surnames. Very nice on the surname there.
Yep. A lot of those are pulled from the family tree, from the appendices and things like that. You can pick any name you want. I have not tried to pick a character that exists. Like if you named yourself Rosie Cotton, I don't know what the result of that would be in game.
Do the game developers have to get permission from Middle Earth Enterprises to use?
This is a fully licensed game for.
So that's what I thought.
Just turning the game volume down a little bit for us here, but hopefully that's too soft. Let's go up one. There we go.
That's good.
Perfect.
So this is still the intro.
I am not doing anything. This is just the cutscene. It seemed like a good chance to talk about the game. And as soon as this ends, I'll pop over to my save game, which is about 12 hours in, I think. So this is Bywater.
This is nice. I like this.
I like the style of art. It's clearly not going for realistic modern game graphics. It's going very very lightweight, almost impressionistic.
For a second there, I thought your Hobbit had the Harry Potter mark on her forehead, but it was just
a little bit of hair there. Yeah.
I say I really like Gandalf's very large hat. That will keep the rain off you.
But I don't see his eyebrows.
I was just about to say you beat me to it. I don't see the eyebrows coming out from the side there. That's not correct.
Exactly. It's I have to give the game developers kudos for they put a lot of effort into this. There's a lot of love in designing this.
No, I think this is very nice. I like this.
I think they could have gone too far with the graphics to make it kind of ultra realistic, which of course a lot of games do. Mm-hmm. I like the simpler look.
There it is. Now we know who the stranger is.
Oh, there we go.
They do call him the stranger again later, though. So whoever wrote this cutscene didn't let the script writer know.
They weren't talking to each other.
Yep. All right. So the basic plot is you've just been dropped off in Bywater. You're looking for a new place to live. The people here in Bywater give you a hobbit home, and it's very run down. Mm-hmm. And your goal is to meet everyone. And
it's a unique fixer-upper opportunity.
It's a unique fixer-upper opportunity. Unlike like Animal Crossing, you can't really change the look of your home. Well, the layout, you can change the art on the walls and furniture placement and stuff like that. But I guess the Animal Crossing does the same. You get a certain number of rooms, and you just one of the things I mentioned in my review I published yesterday was that the your access to the house is limited to the
Is it limited to? Is it like you unlock more rooms? Is that how? Or
you can slowly unlock more rooms. Okay. And the first access you're given is the back door. Like the front door is blocked, and so I spent hours of the game having to run around the house to go in the back door every time I needed to go in and out of the house.
Oh, you couldn't get through the front door.
Yep.
Jeremy, for those of us who have no clue what a Switch looks like, can we see the remote for a second?
Oh yeah, I'm just playing on. I just detached the little hand ones. I have a controller, but I'm just enjoying this. But so I'm doing a quick switch here into looked like about 12 hours of gameplay
Oh,
on this one. So
I like what they did with. Is that the green dragon in the photo there? I
it
like
is.
that.
I love the design of the green
I like
dragon.
that. It's very nice.
Cool.
Wooden dragon. We'll go run around that in a few minutes. But
that's kind of getting away from the Jackson films a little bit there.
Yeah.
Urulókë, what is photo mode? That was up during the load screen.
So you can take screenshots. So you can pose things and get a nice screenshot. And
you can share on social media.
Yep. So yeah, I'm midday. We are. What does it say? Oh, see it up at the top left. You'll see the Grey Wanderer meet the mysterious stranger. It's like, but you've already told me he's Gandalf. So why are we still calling him the mysterious stranger? At this point, it's because I've just been told that some random person showed up in a letter. And so,
but maybe when you get to the end, maybe he's Gandalf. Maybe he's another wizard, and they're fooling us.
He's one of the blue wizards,
The last laugh is on us, maybe.
Yep.
I saw you pass the Great East Road when you were walking. I wonder how far you can take the Great East Road. I wonder how far east you can take it.
Yeah, I'll bring up the map after I'm done with this cutscene, but it's just a little tiny section of Bywater, right by the pond and the Three Farthing Stone. It's a little tiny rectangle on Tolkien's a part of the Shire map that he drew. So
okay.
And how big do you think the playing area is? Like how long in real time will it take you to walk from one end to the other side of the East Road?
In game, it takes you about 2 minutes to run from one end to the other. But unfortunately, most of the quests they put you on are okay, run to the far end of the map. Okay, now run back. Okay, now run back over where you were before. Okay, now run back. So I'd say 30 to 40% of gameplay is just running back and forth across the map.
And are there any plans for expansions of the game?
So there was a Verge article that came out this weekend talking about game design, and the studio has been working on spec, so not planned, but they did do a little bit of work on DLC, so downloadable content to expand things. But it's really, I don't think that's active, and it's not announced or planned. It really depends on how well the game does. So did you just hear Gandalf?
I did.
Vocalize it. That's as much speech as you get, are little vocalizations like that from occasional characters.
Well, I wish we could. I wish we could hear Gandalf a little bit better. Oh, so it's not nobody vocalizes anything. It's just
it keeps costs down. Okay, you don't have to do internationalization and stuff like that.
Hire voice actors or anything.
Exactly. What game is he playing, pretending he's not Gandalf? The Grey Wanderer along the road.
And so far, have you come across any direct references, spoken word by anybody that's directly from Tolkien, or is it all just inspired by him?
It's pretty inspired by it. I haven't seen any direct quotes, but there's I mentioned in the review article, one of the children has a stuffed animal, which is an Oliphant. Which
I saw that. Yeah.
Which Bilbo told her, this is in the script of the game, that it's a Mumakil. That's what the Haradrim call Oliphants. And so she calls it Muma, which is a cool little in-game reference to information that none of these characters should know at this point in time, which is prior to the events in the Lord of the Rings. This is the setting here is
this is in
Hobbit.
between. Yeah, this is in between. Yeah.
So I've seen mentioned, there's obviously Gandalf. We've met Rosie Cotton in my gameplay. Bilbo's been mentioned many times. His adventures have been mentioned. Sam has written a letter to Rosie. So there's little references to characters that people would know.
It'd be really cool if these Hobbit kids said something about how their parents warned them to stay away from Bilbo.
We might get that. That
would be really cool.
This is a very long cutscene of him pretending to not be Gandalf.
Because this is inspired by the books,
yes,
and not the films. Not that I care about lore canon in any way, but where does this sit in terms of adaptation lore? Does it count with any of the films or TV series?
No, this is
not at all. It's completely.
This is meant to be standalone, new adaptation. Obviously, fully licensed permission from those who have the rights. No. I mean, there's obvious nods to like calling him the stranger to Rings of Power, because I don't think anybody calls him a stranger in the books.
No. It's I like that it's not, because so much of Tolkien in popular culture nowadays is just straight up taken from Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. So I like that it's kind of away from that a bit. It's always refreshing because I don't want Tolkien adaptations to become a monolith. So it's nice that it's kind of moved away from that a little bit.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. And like I said, their artistic direction you pointed out on like the Green Dragon, which we'll go visit. We're very close to it once we get through this dialogue.
So you can create your own character, Jeremy, or can you pick from stock characters, or do you create your own character?
You just have to go through and create your own. Like I showed at the very beginning, there's a randomize for me button that you can use to just kind of quickly get going, but you have to go through. It does have a name generator if you want, or you can type in your own name.
You can call yourself Sauron, and you can build yourself a house, and you can live there happily in an alternate sort of reality.
You can call yourself Sharky and move into.
So let's bring up the map as you were talking. So here we are in Bywater Village Square. This is the Bywater Pond. I forget what Tolkien called it. Hobbiton is up here to the left, but obviously the map ends with Sandyman's Mill. Here's the Green Dragon. There's some forest. It's not the old forest, but there's some forest that you can play in. Your house is not quite centered. This is, and it's a big house. It seems unusual that they would give this random hobbit that showed up the biggest house in Bywater, but that's okay. It's cool. And there's some walled off areas, like there's this ruin that you can't quite get into back here. So I don't know if that'll unlock later or if that's intended.
I was going to say
DLC maybe for later.
Maybe the longer you play, the more more stuff will get unlocked.
Yep. But
I suppose you get the biggest house because everybody else in Bywater hasn't bought it because it's too big to renovate. So
something like that.
They choose small houses. House prices are expensive there. So
yeah.
I mean, real estate in the Shire is only going up. Like prices are only going up.
Exactly.
I know. Yeah, this is the Green Dragon. You can. One of the things I like about this is they limit the NPCs, so the people that you can talk to is probably 10 or 15 hobbits so far that they've unlocked, but there's 30 or 40 running around town. Like it feels like a populated town. You just can't interact with some of the others who are they're fishing and walking and chatting with each other. It really makes it feel homey and enjoyable. And
so you've run into Gandalf. Oh, Phil wants you to go back into the Green Dragon.
Oh, inside? Yeah, you saw something.
Yeah, I'm just looking at pictures on the other screen just to get a little idea about how close it is to.
I'm trying to see pictures on the wall. I mean, layout wise, there's lots of green dragons around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Jeremy, you've met Gandalf, and you've heard other characters talk about Bilbo. Is there any other canon characters that you?
I've met Rosie Cotton. She's around.
Yeah, Rosie Cotton. That's right.
She's pretty big part of the plot storyline.
But there's no mention of Frodo or Sam or anybody like that.
Rosie mentioned getting a letter from Sam, so that's all we got from that.
Was he off on a walking holiday at the time?
No, it was just sort of. It was like I forget. It was 2 words. It was like "Thank you, Rosie" or "Thanks, Rosie," or it was really like pretty obvious that Sam didn't know what to say, like from the context of the conversation.
Okay. You know, Sam is still a gardener at this point. He's still trimming. He's still, he was off trimming the hedges and doing stuff like that.
Well, and if Sam is, I mean, Rosie's pretty obviously an adult, a young adult, but an adult. So the time frame for this game has to be very close to the start of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, because
right? It can't be 30 years before or 10 years before.
Because Sam would be a child and Rosie would be a child.
Yeah.
Sam and Rosie wouldn't be able to go out, would they, until they're at least in their mid. The parents would have thought it inappropriate,
right?
Yeah. So this is subtle. I kind of wanted to point this out because I like it. Do you see this bird sitting on the wheel here?
Yes.
That's their path guide for quests. So as you like, if you set on here, if you set a destination, you'll see these little birds show up on the map to show you the path to where you're supposed to be going. And those actually show up in gameplay. So as you're running around, these little blue birds kind of tell you, they give you hints like you should turn left now if you want to get to the next quest point. You can ignore them if you want to, but I like it better than like the glowing path on the ground and some of the other game styles.
It's if you get lost, right, Jeremy? Is that
exactly
what you say? Okay,
exactly. Which honestly, so much once you're away from any major landmarks, the game map is somewhat generic. Like there's not a lot of landmarks and it's so easy to get turned around, for me at least, which probably shows how bad of a game player I am. But, and the game does have, that was just like there's these moments where the game encourages you just to stop and look around, like, hey, check out the flowers. It's nice,
take in the landscape.
Yep.
And how interactive is it? Can you pick stuff up? I don't see an awful lot that you can kind of pick up and throw at a cow or else's hobbit hole or stuff like that.
Let me bring up my backpack, see if I don't have anything in there right now. So a large part of the game, most of the game is cooking. And you need to cook to move the plot line. In order to cook, you need ingredients. In order to find ingredients, you either need to gather or buy from the shop. And in order to get money to buy from the shop, you have to sell things that you've gathered. So there's this funnel of gather and then buy and then cook and then deliver meals to people is like the 90% of the game. And there's visual indicators of things that you can gather, like I'm trying to see if I can find anything quick and easy, but there'll be little things on the ground. There's there's a mushroom, if you see it right there. As I get close.
Okay, so they highlight.
Okay, so it's foraging for things, but it's also you can go to the market and buy things too, correct?
Right, but you get a little bit of coins, or I think they're buttons actually. You get a little bit of currency from doing quests and completing things, but for the most part, you get it by selling things that you've farmed or gathered, or I say farmed. Garden. You asked, I can say hi to the sheep. That's one of your interactions there, Phil.
That's cute.
That's cool.
So I have not managed to say hi to a duck yet. There's some ducks in the game, but
they're one of my favorite animals. Find one for us.
Well, that's all I want to do now is say hi to the duck. Now that I know.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll find a duck. There's some ducks near the front door of my house, but and then one of the characters I haven't gotten to yet is the dwarf. There's a female dwarf who has a little forge set up here who helps you fix things that are made of metal.
That was going to be my next question. Is like, have you just run into hobbits, or have you run into like men or dwarves or elves or anything like that?
So we've run into Gandalf, you just saw, and there's the dwarf, which I'll go say hi to in a moment if she's there. But so here's a duck and a swan. So I can quack.
Can you pick him up?
Nope. All I can do is say hi. The swan is not willing to say hi. I can push the swan around a little bit.
Swans are kind of mean anyway, so.
That's true. I don't want to get pecked or chased, but
so we're on the Great East Road now.
Yep, we went past the greatest. We're back in the village center. Gandalf's still here waiting for me to complete. Oh, it's nighttime. This is one of the complaints I've noticed a few people say, which I agree with, which is the days are like 20 minutes long and you have to return home every 20 minutes. And so now I've got to run.
Why do you have to return home every 20 to rest?
Yeah, because it's nighttime. You got to go to bed.
Yeah,
and then you wake up the next morning. And if you don't do it, your character falls asleep wherever you are. and then you wake up in your bed, but you've slept in. And so the next day is shortened.
It also looked like when you first started playing.
You
it
do
also
live
looked like when you first started playing that
house.
it was.
What were you saying there?
They say you do live in a very big house. That is impressive.
It is big. So when I wake up, I'll walk through that because I had to come back. So
when you first started playing, it looked like it was fall, maybe, or autumn, and now it looks like it's springtime. Like everything was kind of brown, and now it's green again.
Well, that's it's still autumn, so it's going to say there's 3 days left in autumn, and then I'll have to play through winter as well.
Okay. All right, we're up.
So now it's morning. So yeah, that's the bedroom. That's the back door that I came in. The kitchen, and it's actually got a very well-stocked pantry because I've been collecting stuff for 10 hours. And then this is the dining room where guests come, and you can write them letters over here on your writing desk. And then I just opened this up.
Have you tried writing a letter yet?
So this is the front door. Oh yeah, you've got to progress the plot. You have to invite people over and cook the meals, and it can take 2 or 3 days. And then I've started building my little library. Look, I've got this big room I've got 3 bookshelves so far, and I'm trying to get.
Well, yeah, in true TCG fashion, you've started building your library already.
That's right, exactly.
That is an impressively large house.
It is, and I haven't unlocked it all. There's more quest items. So, we were going to go find the dwarf. So we'll go say hi to the dwarf. Suddenly it was bedtime, and I had to turn around. See, and now we've got to run all the way across the map again. There's a lot of running in this game, and someone in the comments put those up on screen because it's good to talk with them live. But somebody in the comments said not very smooth movements, which I agree, and a little bit of that is me on the little Switch Joy-Cons, but also the camera controls are completely manual. You have to move the camera. There's no auto tracking or stay behind me or anything like that. So if I turn left, I just start running left, and the camera keeps pointing. And if I run back this way, I can't see where I'm going. So I have to manually use the second Joy-Con to swing the camera around. But anyway, here's our Neffy the dwarf, who is very blunt.
Yeah.
That's a good question. We have a question in the comments. Does it work better on PC than on Switch? I don't know. I mean, I guess it would depend on your. I think it probably would be personal preference, wouldn't it, Jeremy?
There's probably. I'm not a PC gamer. The reviews I've seen on the PC is that it crashes a little bit right now. But I'm assuming the controls and the gameplay is better. I mean, the Switch is what, a 5-7-year-old platform at this point. And so I don't know what changes they had to make to the game engine to get it to play on the older hardware. So it should be reasonably good on a PC, I would assume, or the Xbox. Both are more modern than the Switch at this point. And I mentioned earlier, I'll mention again, is the They do not support the Switch 2 yet. Just that hardware came out after the game was way too deep into the development cycle. So here's our Great East Road. You were asking about that. Let's go find 3 Farthing Stone. Am I going the right way for that? Let's see, I got turned around again.
I mean, and I hope you bought your Switch already before the tariffs kick in. So,
my Switch is OG. So this was from my whole family. We played Animal Crossing. We each have our own Switch. All the kids, my wife and I, each have our own Switch, and we played through the COVID lockdowns. That was one of the ways we passed a lot of time.
It's one of the ways you survived lockdown.
We survived lockdown, was all playing Animal Crossing together, which was fun. And I don't go in it anymore, but the kids drop in occasionally. And I built an almost entire island spanning castle with giant walls and turrets and multiple levels and secret passages and a dungeon. I had so much fun playing an Animal Crossing. That was good. But
so going back to the question about PC or Switch, just looking at the recommended specs from Steam, it's not that intensive really. They suggest an i5 or an AMD Ryzen 5 and 16 gig RAM, so it's pretty standard.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. I mean, most people have that. If you have a PC, you have that, right?
Yeah.
16,
I think it's
16 gig RAM is pretty standard now. An i5, an iCore, 5-core, it's pretty normal. So it's a few year old worth of specs.
Yeah, aren't you? If you buy a PC aren't you getting that? Even if you don't know what you're getting, isn't that just kind of standard what you get?
That's very standard now, for a PC.
So a couple questions came up while we were chatting. Aiden asked how large the map is. It is certainly possible to run across it a couple times during a day. But I'd say you'd easily burn a day. Like if you have to do go to Sandyman, buy some flour, go to the market and buy some meat, and then come to your kitchen and cook it, and then deliver it to someone in the forest, you'll easily burn a day. And usually you have to sleep somewhere in there.
You have to go. You have to sleep down, but you have to sleep outside because you can't get back home.
Yeah.
So when you get to the end, like if you go all the way to the end of the East Road, it just kind of dead ends. Like you have to turn around.
It's blocked. So let me see. I'm near the.
Like, is it blocked with some? Okay,
I'm on top of the road. Let me get down on the road because it's easier to come this way. Yeah. So it's just and my assumption, it looks like, oh look, a tree fell across the road.
Oh no. Okay. So, yeah, I see.
Same thing at the other end. I'm not going to run all the way over there. Oh yeah, that's very true. The Prancing Pony. What was it? James and Alan talked with Darren. It's a great chat. If you want to learn more about the game design and thoughts that went in it. You see those butterflies? This is another game element that I think was pretty good. Those,
I see those.
Those help you if you're trying to figure out where gatherable items are. You follow the butterflies, and they will lead you to something that you can pick up.
Okay, I do like how the game gives you, like, it helps you if you get lost or if you kind of can't find something. I think that's very that makes the game much more kid friendly, much more
definitely
for a younger audience friendly.
You're talking about you and me here, Mr. Underhill,
or Phil friendly. Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, and me
absolutely.
Too.
I get too frustrated with games. I don't play many of them. Most of the games I play are on the mini systems to play Mario, which I'm still playing to this day, which is great. Played it as a kid, play it now. It's the perfect challenge for me. And this looks pretty good.
And I do like that it's in game, right? That the hints that they're giving you are they're not like magical or pulling you out of the world. It's like, oh, there's some butterflies and birds, and if you pay attention, they will guide you to where you need to be. But it doesn't feel like they've ripped you out of the game world to show you, glowing lines or anything like that. So
now you say it's all about cooking.
Yes, it's all about cooking.
can you go fishing or go hunting or anything like that?
No hunting. I have not unlocked farmable things. Like you can raise chickens a little later in the game that I haven't gotten to yet.
Okay.
And there's obviously cows and horses and stuff around. There's a market. There's who was it? Young Tom Cotton runs the meat portion in the market where you can buy chicken and bacon and
he's the butcher.
Kind of the butcher. Yep. So let's you wanted to see cooking, so I'm going to turn on the hints just so I get out of the forest the fastest way possible. But yeah, so in order to cook, you need all the ingredients for the recipes. You have to gather those or buy them in the shop.
How do you earn coins?
Pretty much by selling stuff that you've gathered or cooked or found.
You go and forage and then sell it, right?
Pretty much, yep.
So you can spend all week making stuff and then go to the farmer's market at the weekend to earn a living.
Right, but one of the things that I'm frustrated with in the game is that the characters, let's bring up the encyclopedia instead. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 50. So there's 15 characters, and you see they have these heart counts. And then if you look on the lower right, you'll see you unlock more milestone rewards when you get their heart levels up. Other than quest interactions, the only way to interact with them is to cook the meals and invite them over. And you can have one invited meal a day. And so there's 15 characters. You can invite 2, maybe 4 to a meal, and you can do one a day. So if you're not cooking a meal, which means prepping 4 dishes and then inviting 4 people and then doing that once a day, their hearts start to go down, or they get grumpy with you according to the game. And so there's this huge amount of interaction maintenance that you have to do just to keep them happy. And so it really feels like forced. If I'm not, while we're doing this playthrough, I'm not really cooking for anybody, but it feels like you need to be cooking 3 or 4 dishes a day and inviting people just to maintain your place in the game. And then on top of that, you have to find time to go do quests. like it's like, oh my God, when am I going to have time to do this?
Yeah, you don't want the game to stress you out, you know?
Yep. But here's the cooking station.
But isn't that in universe sort of accurate?
Well, I'd love to be able to have a conversation, just visit them and say hi.
I mean the amount of meals.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I would love to play the game and invite 13 dwarves over, you know.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it is a good. I enjoy it, but it is hyper focused. It's like 90% of the game, and so it'd be nice to balance it out with a little bit of other things that weren't just funneling you into the cooking system. Which I'm now at. I finally made it to my kitchen. I only had one recipe where I have all the ingredients. So that's what I'm making for you guys. So this recipe requires mutton, a cheese, and 2 nuts. And so because I'm at home, I have my pantry access, which has a bunch of ingredients I've gathered. So now you can see that mutton has a purple ring around it, which is its flavor. And so you're trying to build a flavor profile. So you can see these cheeses have like a teal and a green. And then you can either add another flavor profile or stick with the purple. So it's complicated, and I'm not going to walk you through all the steps, but you have to pick your flavor profile, and different hobbits prefer. You can see the purple is sweet. It says up under the name of the dish. It says I've focused on sweetness. And so actually, I'm going to turn off the chat because it's covering an important part of the cooking system. You can see the dish ranges from smooth to chunky and from crisp to tender. And my dish is on the left with the lines around
your
it.
peanut butter. Also, Your peanut butter also ranges from smooth to chunky.
Yep. And so I have to chop the mutton. And so on here, it starts chunky because it's in one giant piece.
Okay.
And I want it a little chunky. So I'm just going to chop it a little bit. And
Oh.
you'll see my little dish in the lower right. You're going to see it's going to move a little more chunky after I do that. And then now I want to make it tender. So I got to put it in the frying pan.
You want to cook it?
I can add some seasoning. Let's throw in some rosemary while I'm cooking it. And now the longer it stays in the frying pan, the more tender it gets, which is good because the dish profile, you can see that little star wants to be. So I got about halfway there. So I may have screwed up this recipe. But
do you have to start the fire, or is the fire just already going?
Fire's going 24/7. So that frying pan.
Oh, the fire's just always going. Okay.
Yep.
I bet that frying pan is really hot.
So I need to smooth this recipe out now. Put that into the pot, and then the chestnuts I can't do anything to, and the walnuts I can't do anything to. So you can see I ended up a little more crisp than I wanted to. So I didn't get a bonus for hitting a star, but
it looks good.
Yeah, delicious. So
now but have you invited anybody over?
No. So we could go plan a meal for tomorrow. Let's go into my writing desk and plan a shared meal, and I'll do it at home. And let's pick people who have low stars. So Rosie, I haven't had over. Who would be good to have with Rosie Cotton? Maybe I don't want Sandy Man. He's grumpy.
He's grumpy.
Let's invite her mom. So we'll invite the two Cottons over.
No Farmer Maggot, just Farmer Cotton.
Nope, no Farmer Maggot. He doesn't live in Bywater. So
yeah.
All right. So now tomorrow we're going to have a meal here. So after I sleep and wake, which is evening now, so that's good. And one of the nice things is you can wait until it's super late at night and still invite people to tomorrow. So there's no huge penalty for that.
So do you go out when you write your letter? Do you have to take it to the mailbox, or is it?
Nope. I just write it there, and mail is magic.
Mail is magic. Okay.
There's a postman in the world, but
we're in a world with rings that make people invisible, so we'll forgive
Yep.
it. It would have been nice though if you actually had to post the letter. It seems like a fairly easy
I think that would be a nice touch if you had to actually post it. That would be cool.
Yeah. So this is my little garden out in back. You can see it's raining, and so I didn't have to water it today, but you should remember to water everything every day because otherwise your plants get unhappy. But you have a watering can. I've actually had some things mature.
It appears to be cool. It appears to be raining as well.
Yep. Which is cool because now I don't have to water my garden because I'm just picking things that have grown. And some things you can harvest multiple times from the plant, and some things when you pick them, the plant goes away. And I think that's true for all the plants. You can only harvest something like 2 or 3 times, and then you have to replant the seeds, which costs coins, which means you need to buy them in the store. So the whole engine of I did pick one plant where I got the vegetable and a seed. So that was nice that I didn't have to go to the shop to buy more seeds to continue the rotation. But so it's late enough and I'm not really focused on doing anything. So I can go to bed now. And then tomorrow we can have that meal. Hopefully I have some dishes pre-cooked that they want. So I've cooked a couple of different dishes that are in the pantry.
They're going to keep overnight, and they're still good tomorrow.
I like the fact that they have the kind of draining. You don't have to water the plants. I think that is actually a quite cool touch.
It's a good detail.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
If children are watching it, playing it, it is actually a decent thing in there.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just a fun extra, but I like it. Being able to show kids, actually, if it's poured down the rain, maybe you don't have to water the garden today, but still have a look.
Yeah,
I think it's rather cool.
Check on things. No, I like it. It's a great little detail, and there's a lot of really cool details like that in this game. I do like the game. I want to. We're nitpicking on some small details.
Oh yeah, we're totally nitpicking, but I think the game is fun.
No, it's fun. I wish I could pass the controls to give you guys a chance, but you see how my dining table is shiny? That means that I have something scheduled today, and as soon as I want to, I don't have to do it now. So I could wake up and cook meals and invite them over for dinner. As long you get penalized if you forget. If you invited them and then you go to bed and you never actually hosted them, they get miffed at you. Grumpy, I think, is the word the game uses.
Do they give you a 1-star review?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them to come back over the next time.
Well, your relationship decreases, and then you got to build it back up because plot wise for the game quests, you do have to get certain characters up to certain relationship levels to progress. So you do have to do the cooking. Hey, Philip, good to see you in the chat. So I've invited them over now, and now let me see. I think I can. Let me see. So Rosie craving is.
Oh, I see that Katie's here. Hi, Katie.
Yeah. Hi, Katie. I am craving. All right. So I didn't read my mail. That's an important thing, is to read your mail.
Oh, you got to
tell you what they're craving that day. So
you got to read your mail and keep those letters for later.
That's
keep those
right.
letters for posterity.
So I have one meal in my backpack, and I have a bunch more. So I'm just going to guess. Like, see, this is a 3-star meal, so someone's going to enjoy that, even if it's not to their.
So it's three out of 4 or 3 out of 5 stars. How many stars is it?
I think at least goes to. I've only made a 3-star one just because as you progress and you get better at cooking and you earn experience, then you'll make higher star meals. And as you get better at gardening, you'll get higher star ingredients. And as you get better at foraging, you'll find.
If you had some truffle in over the top, they might add an extra star on and stuff like that. I saw earlier that you collected some truffle, which is a high-end ingredient. Katie says that she never thought I'd hear Mr. Underhill like a cozy game. Yes, I agree.
I like this game. I think this game looks fun.
I think it's cute, yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
So let's see what her reaction is. She gave a nod, not her preferred one.
What?
And see now there
we go.
She loves it.
I hit the right profile by guessing on her, and the other one was okay. So I'll get more hearts for Lily. So you see, I got 40 hearts for Rosie and 30 for Lily. So, and craving satisfied. So I got a bonus for Lily. And you'll see that Rosie went up to 2 hearts now, which is good. So every time you increase hearts, they give you a Matham. And then it also can help with the game. So I got to go run and catch her now. Because then one of the other nice things is once you've brought someone to you, they actually in game, they don't just vanish. They actually walk home from your house, and you can follow them, or you can go off and do others. So, so because I cooked a meal for her, she's going to give me a Matham because she was happy with the meal. Let's see what we get. A recipe. Cool.
Oh, so you unlocked a new recipe.
Yep. And then also she runs the cooking club. So because I've been cooking, I've met some of the requirements, and she gave me some puffball mushrooms.
Oh, puffball mushrooms. Sweet.
Yep. And let's see if I can. Yep, she's trapped because the gate's blocked, so I can talk to her as well.
You've trapped her in, so you can talk with her.
Yep. And again, there's like 3 exits from my property, from my smile. But this is the only gate that's unlocked. The other gates are blocked, and so I have to do quest plots to unlock other gates.
But hey, you can go in through the front door at least now, Jeremy.
I did unlock the front door last night, which was really nice because I had to run around to the back door. So anyway, this is another way to get things, is by see, now she was happy with my gardening, so now I have a bigger garden area and a new path out of the garden headed east. That's cool.
Oh yeah. Going back to my question earlier, you said that you can fish.
Yes. You want to see some fishing?
Yeah, why not? I'm sure everyone wants to see.
There's no hunting, but there is fishing.
Yeah,
correct.
So it's okay. It's okay to catch a fish, but it's not okay to hunt a coney or a deer for lunch. Yeah.
I have not unlocked them in this gameplay, but you can raise chickens as well. There's a little chicken coop that's all messy and needs repair. So at some point I'll unlock that and be able to raise chickens, and maybe I'll be able to have other farm animals too. But anyway, fishing. There's a fishing hole right down here at the pond.
So the cow that we saw earlier on, once you unlock that, are you able to just walk off with the cow and take it home?
Who knows? So you see those white circles? Those are fish that I can fish for. So I can bring up my tool wheel, and I have a fishing rod, a watering can, a shovel, and a lantern to get around at night. And so for this, you have to kind of aim and try and land that near, and then wait. Hopefully one of the fish will bite. There you go. He bit. And then you have to kind of
reel him in.
I'm trying to. There we go.
Oh man, he's making you work for it.
Yep.
You're only a hobbit.
This is a more, and if it turns red, you're about to lose the fish, and so you have to stop reeling in.
You got him.
All right, I caught him, but my backpack's full, so let me throw away one of these. I don't need a harvest crown pumpkin, so put the fish in instead. And then you can fish out a pond. So like right now you see there's 3 fish out there. If I caught all 3 of those, then the pond would be empty until the next day. So everything is resource. If you go into the shop and you're like, oh, I need chicken for my recipe, he'll have 2 or 3 servings of chicken in the shop. And then you have to wait a day in game, the 20-minute cycle, before you'll get more chicken. And gathering's the same way. If you go over to this part of the map where hazelnuts or puffball mushrooms grow and you harvest them all, you have to come back the next day to find more in that zone. So it's realistic, but it also makes I'll use farming with the capital F, the resource farming, where you're trying to grind through and make a lot of things. You're limited by the time frame of the game and by how often things refresh. So so that was fishing. I want to go look and see my new garden because it just unlocked. And we did our meal, so I don't have anything planned today. That's good. Yeah, time management. And while I'm at the mailbox, we got to read our mail.
And the 20-minute day sounds a little bit short. That can't be changed in the settings.
No. And maybe if enough people don't like it, they'll update it. But there's a cadence where you can go out exploring, but you got to return home, and it forces you to. Like I said, if you stay out past, I'll call it midnight. I don't know. There's no actual clock, but if you stay out past the nighttime in the cycle, you fall asleep where you are, and the postmaster puts you in a wheelbarrow and takes you home. They show a still frame of this happening. And then you wake up, but your morning's gone. Like you wake up at midday. And so it doesn't actually save you any time to stay up late. You just lose time from the next day.
I'm kind of in agreement. I think 3 minutes is a bit too short, but like I said, maybe I haven't played it, so maybe it feels longer when you're playing.
Yep. Yep. And so you could see in her letter, she says she wanted sweet. And then these, because I did it out of order, I didn't check my mail before I served them. Rosie Cotton said that she wanted a salty fish dish. And so if I could have gotten more hearts by actually serving her a salty fish dish. And here's my daily mail. I get these. That's, hey, Farmer Cotton, you haven't shared a meal with him. He's getting grumpy. You get these a lot. At least I do. I get these letters all the time because
if he's getting grumpy, by all means, let's have him over. If he's getting grumpy,
yeah.
These hobbits sound quite entitled, don't they? You invite them for a meal, cook it for them.
I don't know if you noticed this, but when I interacted with like Rosie, because I had cooked her a meal, I know that she wants to give me a Matham, and so I interact with her, and then the interaction with her is, hi, Rosie, I hear you have something for me. And Rosie's like, oh, you're right, I do. So it's not like you bump into her and she's like, hey, here, I have this for you. You have to tell her, I want what you have for me. And then she's like, okay, here you go. It's a little bit awkward. It feels like entitlement, like you said. Oh my God.
Yeah, you invite her for a meal, and then she writes back to you, I'm only giving you a 2-star review because I want something different.
I also think that even though it's a little bit awkward, I think that's a very kid friendly way to have the dialogue as well too.
Yeah. So this little area just opened up. They call it a garden area. So you can buy these little, let's come up here, these little planter boxes up here, these little rectangles and circles and stuff. You can buy those in the shop. And then I guess now I have more place I can put them. And this bridge just opened up. So now I have another exit from my house. I can come out the backside of my house, which is cool because if you look at the map, I can now come out down here. Previously, right, that little doorway right there, that gate was the only way in and out of this entire home area. So now I can get out the right. And I assume later on I can open up this path on the back, and then there's another path over here. So eventually I'll be able to go really quickly around the map. But as a beginner, I got to run all the way to this front gate every time. And
there's a lot of water on this map. Other than fishing, can you interact with it?
Yes.
Can you swim?
So,
you can?
No, there was one character for a plot point who was taking a bath in Old Ruby's pond, but you cannot. The water is not traversable at all. And Tolkien's map only has this pond and the river and the little creek going up to the north. They've added these little streams, which is cool. I mean, it makes for good gameplay, and I love the bridges and everything.
Yeah,
you can only fish at these fish spots. So that's one downside. I think you can't just pull up to a river and see if there's fish. There's only like, see if I can zoom in a little bit, but there's Old Ruby's pond, and there's this jetty, and there's another fishing spot.
I wonder why they've done that. Is it sort of like a game development kind of issue where it's more difficult to develop a game where you could do like that anywhere? Or
I don't think it's more difficult. I think one of the design decisions for the game is making you learn where resources come from, right? So if I want hazelnuts, I need to remember that this is a hazelnut tree. And there are a few other hazelnut trees scattered around, but there's like 4 hazelnut trees right here. And so they're really trying to guide you to be like, oh, if you need fish, here are the 3 or 4 places you go.
You can't just go anywhere and get hazelnuts.
You can't just go anywhere. Exactly. So, and it's not 100%. If I want puffballs, there's a lot of puffballs in this field. That's where the cow was that we said hi to. But there are puffballs scattered around elsewhere. But if I'm at a recipe and I'm like, oh, I need a puffball right now because I have a guest coming over, the map helps me learn. Oh yeah, I remember where there's a lot of puffballs. I can run over there and grab one real quick. So we've touched on most everything. I don't want to spend another hour just farting around while we're running, but it's a good game. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to keep playing it. It is beautiful artistically. I love the style of the game. I like the design of this small little world. Again, it's a small map. It takes just a few minutes to run across the map, but you will be running across the map a lot. Like absolutely. You got to go from one end to the other a couple times a day if you're focused on a meal or a quest or a plot point, or even just wanting to go say hi to particular characters. They do have zones that they stay in the map.
And this is we got to also remember that this is only like 12 hours of gameplay. So there's a lot of things that you have left to unlock, like we're seeing, there's a lot of things that we haven't seen yet, which is also kind of cool.
Yeah. I think it's not meant to be a long game. I'm probably slow and taking my time and really enjoying the scenery. I think I've heard 15 to 20 hours. It's possible to play the entire game through to the final festival. When you find the plot of the game is that Bywater is just a corner of Hobbiton, but the people who live here want it to be its own village, like officially. And so there's old rule books which say what you have to do to become a village. And so a lot of your quests are like, oh, we need to become a village.
They want to incorporate.
They want to incorporate. And so the finale of the plot of the game is when you finally become a village and there's a festival and you have fireworks because some random stranger who knows fireworks shows up, and I'm sure you can keep playing and just keep cooking and gathering and building relationships. It's perfect.
And of course, all people are just going to walk around.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing quite a bit, is just walking around. And
it's another way to walk around an environment based on Tolkien's works. So even if you just take your time and you do a couple of challenges or a couple of tasks a day and just wander around and explore the environment. Yep.
And there's no penalty for not doing things, right? I'm sure people get grumpy and you have to cook them more meals later, but that, to me, that's not really a penalty. Saying hi to the sheep.
Say hi to the sheep.
Yep. And it plays. They've got these little audio stings of like people will hum or the sheep will baa or a little violin will play or something like that. It's just it's all cool little stuff that just kind of makes it feel homey. I wish there was dialogue, and I totally understand cost wise and internationalization. It's hard to have spoken audio. I'm just gonna say hi to Daisy. She's got I don't know if I can't rotate the camera while we're interacting. So let me get out of that. But you can see she's got her little Oliphant stuffy in her hand.
Sorry, what was that called? Muma or Mumi?
Muma.
Muma.
Or Muma.
for Mumakil.
For Mumakil. That's right. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, there's somebody else's garden I can't gather stuff from, but it visually flowers and gardens and plants and animals and lots of cool stuff. I really like it. I think we're going to wrap up here. Thanks everybody for joining us. We hope you've seen enough to encourage you. If this is your kind of thing, it's a great game. It's definitely has its focus. It's hyper focused on cozy gathering and cooking. But if you like that sort of thing, it's good. Thanks for joining us.
I'm convinced. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thanks for stopping in, everybody.
What's your vote, Chad? Did you think you might play it at some point?
I think I might. I definitely. If I was going to dip my toes in the gaming world, this would probably be it.
Cool, excellent. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everybody.